Tonight, we cover a security development NATO officials have long predicted, a systematic violation of sovereign airspace that unfolded in just 12 minutes. These were 12 minutes that triggered Article 4 consultations, scrambled F-16s from Lask Air Base, and forced the North Atlantic Council into an emergency session in Brussels. What the Kremlin did today crossed a line Western authorities hoped would hold through the holidays. But when that line broke, Poland did not hesitate. They responded with a precision and overwhelming force that signals a new chapter in the defense of NATO's eastern flank. For months, the Russian Air Force has maintained a calculated choreography of brinkmanship along the Suwalki Gap. However, this Christmas week, the pattern changed. Intelligence analysts noticed a sudden cessation of routine patrols and radio silence from Kaliningrad hubs. It wasn't a symbolic gesture, it was an urgent probe. A senior NATO diplomat described Russia's move as a direct attempt to see if the drone wall was actually manned during the holiday lull. Gray zone tactics only succeed if the target hesitates. Poland did the opposite. Within 6 minutes of the first radar ping, Warsaw activated its Sky Shield protocol, an integrated combat air patrol usually reserved for defending every inch of Allied territory. The Polish Operational Command confirmed NATO intercepted Russian reconnaissance assets, including a sophisticated spy plane mapping the Baltic coast for electronic warfare. Polish F-16s visually identified and escorted the intruder before it could complete its data sweep. Crucially, Poland targeted the Kremlin's ability to see, the electronic eye that would have made a follow-up strike operational. This move represented a potential blinding of NATO's early warning systems. By hitting the specific flight path required for interception, Poland proved the drone wall is a psychological barrier of will, not just a physical line of sensors. NATOing. Intelligence now believed this was a test of the alliance's structural integrity following rumors of diplomatic friction in Washington. Vladimir Putin wanted to see if European allies would fracture under the guise of holiday de-escalation. Instead, they unified with a speed that caught Moscow off guard. This was high-tier electronic warfare. While Polish jets forced the Russian craft back toward Kaliningrad, German Patriot batteries targeted tracking telemetry, and Dutch F-35s jammed signals used by Russian operators to guide smuggling balloons from Belarus. Poland is no longer a passive frontline state. They are the shield. This pivot is happening while Putin faces immense internal pressure, with the ruble sliding toward 120 against the dollar and domestic inflation hitting 20%. When leaders in that position make sudden moves, they do so from vulnerability, not strength. The Polish Ministry of Defense's statement signaled that Warsaw will no longer tolerate hybrid provocations. In a defiant speech, Poland's president reminded the world, "Our borders are the borders of freedom. There is no holiday for national security." This wasn't an isolated incident. It was a coordinated attempt to stretch NATO's attention to the breaking point, involving cyber attacks on the power grid and increased naval activity in the Black Sea. By scrambling immediately, Poland took Russia's normalization of airspace violations off the table. They didn't wait for a committee vote. They secured the sky. Tonight, for the first time in months, the Kaliningrad border is silent. When Russia is quiet, it means they are recalculating. They have learned that Poland is not a target, NATO is not a bluff, and the borders of the West are firm. The probe failed, the shield held, and the jets remain in the air. We are watching a test of sovereign will, and for now, the eastern flank stands made of steel. Is this the start of a permanent escalation on NATO's border? Or was Russia's bluff successfully called? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for breaking updates on the security of the eastern flank.